Alright, welcome everybody to another Dawn of Titan stream. Today we're going to be covering the free-to-play analysis on this particular event. So pay close attention, we'll start off there and then we'll get to the grind. Now, whether or not you do this event will really depend on whether or not you've done the previous events for the Norse gods. I have done the event for both Loki and Thor, so this event doesn't really hold much for me personally. It's 24,000 souls, and nothing of real value besides the storm tokens until you hit 11,000 gems, or 11,000 souls. And if you're going to go 11,000, you might as well go to Loki. But if you've done the previous two events, you've got all these relics. You are basically grinding this out solely for the Shield of Gods at the end. This particular item is, Titan Army lightning damage, health for troops, and then Titan armor. While it's a decent item, it's not worth the grind for you if you already picked up the other relics from other events. So save your gems, hold them, and use them on the upcoming events. Good to see you, Josh. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick analysis on this event for a free-to-play player, and for me, who's done both events before, it's not worth it, because the only thing I'd be going for is Shield of Gods. Now, if you haven't done either of the events, this event is a shoo-in for you. This event will catch you up. It's your chance to pick up not only Loki and Thor, but more importantly, as a free-to-play player, the boots of Aesir, the boots of Deceit, the braces of Deceit, the shield of Aesir, the cape. To be honest with you, the last three relics are really what you're shooting for. That's the gold mine in here. See you. It is a pleasure to have you in the stream. Just going over a quick analysis of the actual relics themselves. And yeah, so if you haven't done either of the events, do this one. It's both the other events rolled up into one, and you get a Shield of Gods at the end. If you have done both of the other events, don't do this one. It is not worth the 24,000 soul grind. Save your gems for the Valkyrie as well as Odin, because there you're really going to want to use them. If you've done one of the events and not the other, since the developers made it seem like Loki or Thor are going to be used in the upcoming events, save your gems. Go for then, unless you're really trying to get the whole Norse god thing for the upcoming Titan arena. Yeah, but, once again, if you've already done both, pass on the event. If you haven't done either, get this event done. You're saving gems by doing so. If you only did one of the events, it's your choice, but I would tend to pass if that was the case. Just because it's a short event that's going to cause you to lose your whole weekend. Okay, and that's totally fine. To be honest with you, most people are going with Valkyrie or Odin that they're shooting to get. And if you're running low on gems, I understand where you're coming from. So, to be honest with you, the other two Titans are the ones that I'm really waiting for. Now, all of that aside, I did expect Valkyrie to come out this weekend, so I saved my event awards from the last event. Well, I understand where you're... I tend to think that lightning is going to be the new meta. Poison has been the meta for so long, and the developers put so much thought behind this, that I tend to think that the meta is going to shift soon, because it can't stay Panthers forever. To be honest, I'm tired of Panthers. It gets irritating at times. But yeah, as a free-to-play player, if you're not going to finish an event, Savior Event awards. So I'm going to use my 50 gems tonight and go ahead and grind out some souls because I have to. The 100 gems I'll probably use tomorrow in another stream. And then this other event award, I'm saving it. As far as I'm going in this event, because I'm using both of those, I will probably shoot for the 5,000 mark. And that's because, one, getting that extra token at 4,000 is really going to help out. That'll put me at like 19 tokens. Are they not releasing the lightning troops with the Valkyrie, Yoon? I didn't catch the developer live stream, but I had just assumed if they're coming out with a Guardian Lightning Titan that they've got to release the troops for him at the same time. If they don't, and they make him like militia or spearmen, unless it's X defense skills, it's going to be pretty garbage. So yeah, I'm shooting for 5,000, and that's not because I think I'm not on Discord right now. I'm still figuring out a way that I can have Discord on my phone and stream at the same time. In other words, I'd love to have more people in here. But that's going to be coming up in upcoming streams. I'm mainly doing my stream tonight just to go over the analysis I just did, and just to burn through these portal stones that I have to, other words they're going to disappear. Well, welcome to the stream, Pisces. Alright, now, the reason I am I'm probably going to get a 5,000 souls is because I have everything coming off of my build, all my builders coming free this weekend. I timed it because I thought there was going to be a big event. I hope it's not human troops, Yoon. So, if you guys notice here, I've got one coming off in a day and 21 hours, 2 days, another 2 days, 2 days, 18 hours, 3 days, and another 3 days. Basically, everything but my spell is coming off at the same time. And so Saturday is going to be a heavy grind day for me, but my 2 event saved up portal stones are going to make it till then. So I've got to use and abuse them while I can. Welcome, Bo. Welcome. If you guys want a analysis of this event, just scroll back to the beginning of this video, and you will see me give a breakdown. The overview basically is if you've done both of the other events, skip this. Save your gems if you're free to play. If you've haven't done the other events, I would heavily look at doing this one because you're going to be able to catch yourself all the way up with all the lightning relics, as well as Thor and Odin in one fell swoop. If you've only done one, I would tend to shy away from it as well, since it is a long event. I know Bo is going to pay the ultimate price and spend all the time grinding this weekend. Congratulations, Bo. I caught the after show, at least that portion of it. Man, I hope you are absolutely wrong when it comes to that. Now, I'm going to show you guys the Titan I'm going to be grinding with today. I think you're going to enjoy it because this is one of my Titans that I think has potential to do amazing things once the AI is changed. And that is my Siggy. Now you will notice he is carrying a giant flippin' axe/mace, or axe this time, just because I've got my Earth Shaker. My Earth Shaker is the best freaking relic in the world, champion. 24% troop and Titan resist against melee. I got it maxed out for damage and health for all troops. This is the relic I was going to use to buff my archers, since his skills are freaking amazing. This is one of those lucky rolls that I got with the Titan. As you can see, militia armor piercing, archer damage, archer armor piercing, spearman armor piercing, and spearman health. This combined with, the all troop buff relicking, or my, what is it called? Earthshaker, is just going to dominate. What makes the grind so easy here, though, is the fact that Panthers are still the meta as well. So I get to use my Bitter Dirks as well as my mounted armor, and then I'm running this so it gives him a little bit more damage, my Mace of Kings. So all of that aside, let's get to it. Now, are there any of you guys besides Bo that's going to finish this event? Or if you've found... Oh, you got a Lucky with a Venom Tusk before this? Oh, okay. No, by Lucky. I mean, what type of skills does your Venom Tusk have? Because I got a decent Venom Tusk, but I mainly use them for farming resources. Now, when they had Siggy come out, the only other Titan that I think is actually the only other two Titans that I think are better than him, not necessarily better, but on equal footing, are Mamesh and Matano. But Matano has to have the right skills. I just see Drum uses Matano all the time to defend his garrison, and to be honest with me, it makes me a little bit jealous because the only Titan I have that defends remotely against those, League of Gods type guys is my Skolnar. Yes, please send me a screenshot on Ban, Yoon. I'd like to see your archers. I really want human troops to be meta, because then that'll give me a reason to start upgrading them. My archers, whenever I get a free spot to upgrade them, I get to them, but they're only level 19 right now. Yeah, I've got a maxed out Bow of Kings as well, but Bow of Kings isn't going to help me with raiding with Panthers. Oh, here we go. Let's burn through this 50 portal stones. Now, every time I use one of these event portal stones, I feel like I gotta grind as quickly as I possibly can, because I do not like wasting portal stone recharges. And so, in that same token, whenever I'm buying gems in an event, I only buy them 20 at a time, so my portal stone regen never has to restart. So, as I'm running this Siggy, the great thing about this 5-star relic is it buffs those Panthers as well. So my Panthers have a ton more health, 40% more health and 50% more damage, and they have 24% resist against melee. That's right, get the tokens, wait for Valkyrie and Odin. Yeah, but my goal in this event is 5,000. How far do you guys plan on getting? And some events, don't get me wrong, I don't get to 5,000 on all events, but the relics that buff all troops, yeah, Bo, I do like the relics that buff all troops. They seem broken. All right, 5K, Josh, that's right. That's a good place to be. I'm glad that it's the 1,000 gems as opposed to the 800 gems it was in the last event. Now, since my last stream, I also got 2 more levels on my other 5-star relic for Guardians. If I can get enough food in this stream, I am going to try to get that last level so you guys can see another 5-star relic maxed. I gotta tell you, it feels good too. 2K now? Oh, wow, that's... Man, you're approaching about 170, 175 battles, man. I was actually doing the calculations earlier today on how many battles I'd have to do a day on average. And basically, you're going to need to get 6,000 souls a day. And for 6,000 souls, you're basically running into like 475 battles or something. Somewhere along that area. 475 battles a day. And I got a lot going on this weekend, and I was like, yeah, that's not happening for me. And the last thing I want to do is use all of the saved up relics that I have for the events. Because I know, I guess I have a feeling that either Odin or the Valkyrie is going to come out on a weekend that I can't play much. And I can't say it physically hurts, but it comes close to physically hurting whenever I've got to spin gems to get those relics. If I have tokens, I'm fine with that. But if I got to spin gems, everything goes downhill for me. I'd rather just spin gems on portal stones, because at the end of the day, this grind, what it does for you whenever you're getting these relics, just gives you so many choices when equipping your titans. Siggy's one that I've already got all of my relics that I plan on using with him when he's level 60, leveled up. And I'm only level 46. Now, I will be continuing my analysis videos in the upcoming week. I may even put out one of them on Saturday when I'm got my heavy grind to make sure all of my buildings start upgrading. But, I mean, I've been enjoying this series. With the exception of the poor quality that I have here, no music, and no one to talk to on Discord. This has actually been a very good experience, and I encourage any of you who are looking at possibly starting a stream of your own, try it. It gets to be enjoyable once you get past the technical area. And it also passes time as you grind through this game over and over and over. Now, King Josh, you said you're going to 5,000. Did you complete the other 2 events to get Loki and Thor? Now, one thing I gotta say about Siggy is I've used other champions, and he doesn't have a double swing attack. Oh, you got 2? No. Do you have either Thor or Loki? Let's see if I have new reminders. One other thing I would encourage you free-to-play players to do is start really managing your resources more effectively. Oftentimes when I see streamers or talk to other people when I'm playing this game, I often see that, they've got, 3 or 4 builders not running, and they're so focused on either VP grinding or other things that, their progress in the game slows. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Yoon. Truth buffing Titans are exactly where it's at. I've got a decent Mamesh I'm trying to level up, but Siggy, his skills were just too good to ignore. The fact that I got the 5-star relic for champions just emphasized that I needed to level him up. Although I wish I had the Archer 5-star one. Alright, here we go. Once I reach 3 million food, I'll show you guys my skill on my mesh right after I'm done with this particular battle. Yeah, I'd like to get your feedback on my mesh skills. Up until recently, like a week ago or so, I thought, he's decent, but I've been hearing some good feedback from his skills. And, well, I do think about strategies on this game often. I miss out on so much because, I don't think as thoroughly about the Titans as I should because I am focused on the relics. Alright, here we go. Now notice I didn't stop until I hit 26 portal stones, so now my recharge has begun again. Always thinking about that. Alright, so my mesh I actually take through and put him through both of my Titan arenas for the day. And here we go here. We got the Grenadier Health, the Panther Health, Grenadier Armor Piercing, Panther Armor, and Grenadier Armor. I think the only way that this could have been better, now that I'm understanding, is if I got Grenadier damage on one of those skills. Health and armor are good, but I mean, I guess people say that Mamesh is good, but I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Mamesh overall? I'm still trying to decide whether or not she's going to be useful, because I guess I haven't used her at a high level, and although I've had troubles with some Mameshes in defenses, overall, let's see. Okay, it's a great base. I can make it the rest with relics. What type of relics do I want to use on her? Give me some feedback, guys. I was on the fence about the X-skilled multiple truth buffing Titans for a while until I watched the stream with the League of Gods guys saying that they're fully behind it, and it just caused me to rethink it, because while I enjoy this game, those guys have done more research than I probably ever will on it. The main advantage I have over all of the pay-to-play players, Bo is going to experience this weekend. And what that is when you grind this stuff out, you are going to get a ton of relics. And if you upgrade them right, I think you're going to be able to max out 3 or 4 4-star relics this weekend. As I say in all of my streams, this is Dawn of Relics. At least for me. And while it doesn't sound as cool as Dawn of Titans, I like the mix and match features that I'm able to put up with my relics. And, the fact that I can still take out the best defenses as well as run a pretty decent offense. Or pretty decent defense myself. That's true. Now that's it. This weekend, the main reason I'm running Siggy as opposed to my Thor is because I have so many, so many upgrades to actually do. Okay, so Bo, what you're going to want to do for relic forging, and this is a quick overview of one of my previous videos, is once you have filled up all of your relics and you've stored up 40 to 50 plus on that, each day you're going to go in and you're going to forge 5 or 6 sets of relics into one of the items that you want to do. If you get a success, you're going to double down and forge everything you have that day and just ride that wave. If you don't get a success during that time, you're going to hold until the following day and then do it again. I found that when you start getting successes, they sort of roll together. In my last stream, I had 5 million food, and I put 5 levels on a 5-star relic before I ran out of food. I still had relics to burn. I just didn't have the food to complete. Once I finish this 5-star relic, I have like 4 other relics in line that I really gotta upgrade. And that's gonna be actually one of my streams. Is one of my 10 tips for free-to-play players is determining which relics to upgrade next. Hey, we have all had those fail days. Today I am tempted to burn a ton of relics just to get that last level on Siggy at 52. But get to my last level on my 5-star relic. It's so tempting, and as soon as I hit 3 million food, I'm going for it. You guys can't stop me. I'm going to live the dream. And you know what? I'm going to get a success on the first roll, and then go straight to my next relic I got to upgrade. Unfortunately, I only have something like 410 relics at the moment. So, but I think this weekend, by getting to 5,000, I should be able to fill up all the rest of my relic slots, as well as pick up an extra 100 or 200. I look forward to the grind sometimes, as long as I got someone's stream to watch or plan in mind. It's all good. Yeah, but I'm trying to decide the next order for my for the last 4 items for my free-to-play series. I've got other series in mind as well, but I'm really thinking about pushing the order of Forge for the relics to the forefront, because it's flexible enough to where you can change it to meet your own needs, but it gives you a good base start. I know when I first started this game, I was like, well, what relics do I fuse? Or which relics do I really want to upgrade first? And then that next new Titan comes out, and you switch your focus to the new Titan, and then all of a sudden you need a whole nother set of relics. And so that's why I created a little priority list that should help out people as they go. Now, going to 5,000 souls on this, because I have the event stones from the previous event, this is going to be a net gain in gems for me, as opposed to spending I'll spend a few gems to get to that point, but the gems I'm picking up along the way will make it a net gain, as well as picking up 4 of those relics. So this is like a win-win-win situation all the way around. And another tip I'll give you guys here is, a lot of people don't like upgrading Fireball. They say that Rage and Fear are the best spells there are. But I like upgrading Fireball specifically for event rating. Because when I have something like this and you get one of those maps where grenadiers were off on the side and it takes time for your panthers to get over there, I mean, spells drop so often, just drop a spell on them. Increases the speed at which you raid by immensely. Save 5-10 seconds here and there. And once you get your fireball spell to level 20, you can one-shot level 25 grenadiers, assuming they don't have any additional buffs. Wow. Bo, you're going to be losing out on a lot by doing that, but I understand what you're going for here. Alright, here we go, guys. This is the last battle before I get my 5-star relic to level 10. Knock on wood. Here we go. Now, to make sure that I wasn't a drag on my non-toxic this week, I made sure that I grinded out VP fairly frequently. And so by the end of the night, I should be right at about 2 million. And it's a Thursday evening. If I pushed hard, the weekend's the best time to get VP anyway. And I think legitimately I could have gotten 4 to 5 million this season. But I have so many other additional upgrades coming up that I would be breaking my own rules if I decided to go that way. And shout out to all the non-toxic this week. We are actually going to make the top 3. Not only top 3, but top 2. Well, you know what? It's nice that we're 40 million ahead. But when you consider the members here, look at Drum. He's at 10 million. You scroll down, a lot of these guys are putting in work. I don't want to be that guy at the bottom. Notice his name's Zalon. Shout out to you, Zalon. I want to be a contributing person in my alliance. And so, I'm sitting right in about the midway. Bottom mid. No, I mean, everyone in non-toxic is good. I just know that Drum, being at, level 25, wants to be at the top sometimes. And he understands that there's people that are really fighting hard to get there. But we have some heavy grinders in our guild, or in our alliance. And, those people at the bottom need to understand when a push happens, that's going to keep the good people in your alliance. So just go along with it. Put in what they require so you can stay with them and they can carry you in not only events but everywhere else. Be the sturdy person that they can always rely on to get the VP, so then they can push for the stars for their own, and then everyone benefits from it. Okay, so here we go. 3 million. And we got the Dragon Slayer here, 403 relics. As always, I'm going to start from the bottom. And this is so freaking expensive, 128,000 for a 2% chance. Let's see if I'm lucky. I'm crossing my fingers, guys. Last stream was lucky. This one's going to be lucky, so I can go ahead and move on to my next 4-star relic. Two fails. Here we go. We're going on. Third time's a charm. A whopping 6% altogether. Is this going to get me it? If it does... Oh, nope. It doesn't. Now, I'm probably going to break my own rule a little bit, Bo, today. And that's just because I need this to be level 10. I can't explain why, except for a level 9 relic just grates at me. I don't care what the relic is. Maybe I made a mistake leveling it up. But at the end of the day, it's gotta get it. Alright. You guys are going to see history made tonight. The first person in all of Legend League to level up their Dragon Slayer to level 10. Right now, I think this is, the worst 5-star relic. Alright. Don't fail me. This 4% chance is going to get me there. Now, I'm serious. When I get Discord up and running, which should be in the next week or so, having a little company to burn the time will be good. And luckily, I talk for a living for my job, so I'm used to hearing my own voice. Let's just hope that you guys don't get bored of it too quickly. Here we go. Here we go. Dang it. Alright. We've gotten all the way to the 3-star relics. Throw a bitter dirk in there. We are going to get to this level 10. And then I'm going to go on hiatus from this relic burning for a while until I can get back to like 600. And then I'm going to do a stream where I get all of my wildest dreams will come true. In the infamous words of Napoleon Dynamite. I was just thinking about it. Wouldn't it be like terribly embarrassing if I, chose a relic to forge into this that was a, level 10, 3 or 4 star? I don't think I'd ever live that down. Alright. We're going to go throw in the Great Plague. We're going deep in the relics now. All the way to the H's for Holy Guards. This is going to be the one. This is going to be the one. Dadgummit. Now, the real reason that I'm deciding to burn a lot of relics right now is I've reached the point now that... Oh, ice rings. Here we go. Reached the point where this 5-star relic is going to burn through all my food before I can burn through all my relics. So that makes the decision to stop a lot easier. And if I don't get it on this go around, I'll bring it back I'll try it again on a day that you guys can all see. What are you guys' thoughts on... Oh, you're working on Loki's boots? But what are your guys' thoughts on the 3-star rings? Are they really even worth it? Because if you actually believe that, I want to hear your reasoning behind it. Because maybe I'm looking at them completely wrong. Let's see. Alright, I get rid of these iron cores. Made it to the eyes. Now, funny story, these 3-star iron guards and iron maces, I leveled up back when Ulrich was the event champion, and I picked him up. And they always remind me to stop and think before I upgrade an item, because how many physical champions, have you guys upgraded? Ulrich was like the last one for most people. And I don't really consider Siggy a physical champion. He's a troop buffing champion. And there's a difference. Alright, kite shields. You guys are my lucky ones here. Dadgummit, guys. See, I should have stopped after like 4 or 5 sets went through, but I can't stop. I gotta get this level 10. And I'm gonna fail all of them because I'm going against my own rules. Just goes to show you it takes more willpower than what I have, because I need this level 10 on this stream. Alright. Here we go. This next forge, I'm like 2 or 3 forges away from this. Okay. I can see that. Alright. We are going to get there, guys. We are going to get there. I believe. Oh, there we go. Totally worth it for this last level. I think congratulations are in order. Reach max level, 60% Titan damage, and 48% Titan health. You know, that actually irks me a little bit. Why couldn't they just round that up to 50? 48 just seems out of place. Now, even though I spent all those relics to get in there, and I'm happy with my result today, I would have never gotten to this point if I had followed my rules, and I would have been happy about that. Because this is not a success day. This is a roll the die day and lose most of the time. So with that said, we are going on. This stage just got infinitely better, people. I'm going to walk a little bit higher because I maxed out a relic. You guys ever feel that way? That one relic you're working on and you're like, oh my gosh, all I want to do is get this thing maxed up. And the day that you do, you're just like, I feel like $1 million. Seeing that max level reach. You know, when I first heard about the 5-star relics coming out, I was actually a little bit upset. I was like, now they're going to roll out so many new 5-star relics that all these 4-star relics are going to be like my 3-star relics. And I'm going to have to start all over. But I like the way that they rolled them out. I like how they made them class specific, and you know, there's reasonings for them to be there, and they're not useful to everybody. What do you guys think the chances are of them bringing out, 5-star Titans? You think that's sometime in the future? If so, how long? Because the natural escalation of things tells us that relics and Titan-wise, they're going to run out of available spots sooner rather than later. Zamicity is good to see you. You have missed the 2 most important parts of this stream, man. The most important part of this stream is I maxed out my other 5-star relic. The second most important part is at the very beginning, where I gave an analysis for free to play on whether or not this event is worth it. Now, I enjoy the after show with Bo and Zalan. But I do think there needs to be more voices out there of different play styles here. Because when we realize just how massive not only the player base is, but also their thought processes, man, I think we could all learn something from one another. I ask questions all the time, not only at work, but in this game, because, you know, I know the areas that I'm focusing on, but there's so many other things that I don't quite grasp on this game. Alright. Now the other benefit of having Siggy in one of these events is once I get enough of these, what people would refer to as junk troops, I can just throw the right relics on Siggy and just run these guys into battle. Not have to worry. Oh, I got some portal stones to use. Alright. So, Bo, if you're doing this event all the way through grinding, how many of those extra tankards do you actually have? How many charges? I'm curious, once you're done with the tankers, how many souls you're actually going to have to grind. I never noticed that. Not at all, Bo. The last thing I can honestly say I think about whenever I'm watching a Titan is whether or not they've got a disease or arthritis or tendinitis. But I'm willing to start thinking that way. Alright. Now, one thing I haven't checked out is there a way that you can use multiple at the same time from that screen that I was just using? Because I know you can go into your relics and just use a lot if you really want to. But that's I guess I'm too lazy to go around doing that. So I just wait for the battle. But that extra pop-up screen, I think, takes 2 or 3 extra seconds every time. And it's actually started to grate on my nerves a little bit. 2 2-star tankards and 5 relics. Saving until Sunday. See, that's exactly what I do. Now, on these events, I buy 1 relic at a time. And to be honest with you, I wait until the last day to buy my relics. And even when I'm buying my relics, since I buy them 1 at a time, once I reach 1,000 or less souls to get, I grind the rest of it out, even if I've been grinding the rest all day. Because the last thing I want is an unused relic in my inventory. Because I'm the type of person that if it's a 1 to 3 star, there's a chance I'm going to click on that and I'm going to forge it in. And if it's one of those things, makes me a sad panda. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I am very analytical by nature, and I married a very artistic woman. My wife is very good at painting and all things artistic, and I showed her this game, and she thought it looked so cool for a mobile device, but she's not the type of person that I would ever play this. And that's simply because she's not a gamer at all. I grew up playing games. I was part of that generation. And while the games have changed over time, dagnabbit if I'm going to stop now. Now, quick callback. My first system I ever picked up or my parents ever got, was the Nintendo. But I did play Atari back in the day as well. But the one that I really, really started playing a lot was on the Sega Genesis. Zork Livestream, there we go. I have no idea what that means, Bo. You're going to have to explain it to me. Alright. Now, I appreciate those that have subbed to my channel. I'm going to tell you guys again that this weekend I'll be coming out with the 3 to 9 part of my series for free-to-play. The first video was about resource management, basically, and the second one was about VP grinding. 3 tips in those areas to make sure that you stay competitive. Alright. I'm going to tell you guys now that I don't like pressing the 100 Portal Stone one. Because I'm always feel like something's going to go wrong and I'm going to have to stop the stream and I'm going to end up with like 90 Portal Stones as I go to bed. But I'm going to do it because I'm at exactly 0 Portal Stones. Alright, so I've used it all. Let's continue farming. So what Titans are you guys currently working on actively? I mean, we all have Titans that we're leveling up, and for example, I have Italis that I farm on the regular week, and then I have Mamesh that I take into my Titan arenas, and then I have a Titan of each class that I am leveling up whenever I have to fuse Titans. At times like this, I'm actually grateful I do it this way because in this event I can use Siggy, and Siggy's not exactly useless either. Since he's level 46, he can actually do decent damage. But it is rough going into battle with, level 20 Titans and anything under, because one Panther comes over and just runs you over. Okay, I'm going to have to Google Zork. After this stream, I'm going to go Google Zork. I'm going to geek out a little bit, and I'm going to go to sleep. And then we're going to talk about it tomorrow or the next day, Bo. Alright. I need some quicker raids right now. This level 15 guy, he's going to work perfectly. He's got a bunch of troops I can just run over. Now, tell me if you guys felt any differently, but when I first started this game and I got in the Legend League, I was that guy at like level 10, level 12, and I was so upset that I could never defend against the big guys, and I always felt like they were picking on me. Now that I'm not necessarily one of the big guys, but in that same little genre where I've got high enough levels, I don't even think twice about it. It's not like I have any grudge against them. It's just that it's an event and I got a land to run over. Korthin, Siggy, Loki, Arven, Italis, and Skolnar. Okay, Bo. If you could get any one of those Titans to level 60 tonight, which one would it be and why? That's the question I want you to answer for me. Because if I could get any of my Titans to level 60, it would probably be Mamesh. Because 1, I've got a long ways to go to get him there. 2, some of Mamesh defenses actually scare me. Alright, Korthan. Why are you still stuck on the Paladins? What is it about Korthan that you really like? Because I got my Korthan and I was just like, you know what? I got a Freya that I'm leveling up. And she's got more levels, so I'm going to keep working on her. Same question goes out to you as well, Yoon and Josh. And actually anyone on the channel. There's only 7 of us here. So speak it out. If you guys had a Titan that you could level up, which one would it be and why? Okay. I can get behind that, Bo. Oh, man. All right. I don't like doing these raids where I only have a few brief chances to lock in relics. But if I have to, I will. Now, I gotta tell you, Knight Rider, Skolinar having a level 61, that's decent, not great, and only being level 20, I still get mowed down by level 25 people. There is something about having those Goliaths higher that just makes them infinitely more powerful. And so I don't know exactly what level you are, but if you're not, level 22, level 23, you're still going to get crushed so often. I got Skolinar defending now, and against people my own level, I defend about 40% of the time. Against people higher than me, it's probably more like 15% of the time. I get good relics for him, too. But I have noticed that the more levels I get, the longer it takes for people to crush my garrison. Wow, Bo. That is brave. The Ice Maul on Siggy. I hope you do it after the AI changes. If you were actually serious about that, I would actually laugh pretty hard. Because I think the only thing Siggy is good for on defense is to show a massive number that they have to defeat. Now, you guys have all seen those videos of people that are, watch me take my archer up against a 15 million garrison. Who's gonna win? After a few of those videos, I started to realize numbers don't mean jack squat. My Skolinar has less than 1 million defense, but he defends 100 times better than my Solzar, who I can get to 2 million defense. You're in Legend League, Bo. You're not going to defend against anyone with castle level 16. But the likelihood that they target you is probably not as high either. You should really try to get to castle level 19, though, Bo. Because you're like free pickings for everyone right now. If I went over to your garrison right now, I could take any of my level 60 Titans, fill them up with their base troops, and not even scan your base and know that I would run you over. There's nothing against you or anything like that, it's just the way the game is designed. But I have no incentive to do something like that. Because you and Zalan were one of the reasons that I came back to this game. I'd tell you guys. I left this game for a while, a little bit last summer, because I got so frustrated. This was actually back right after I got my Skolinar. I had been leveling him up, and this is back with the old system. And where you had to fuse Titans in to unlock skills. Well, I decided that I was going to unlock my 4th skill on Skolinar. And I had saved up 18 level 3 Titans. Or 3-star Titans. And when I went to fuse them in, I got my Skolinar to max level 50. And that skill never unlocked. I was like, I can't get this to be done, and so I'm just done. I'm done with the game. A few months later, I was on YouTube looking around, and I saw Zalan. I watched one of his videos, and I saw a change had happened. 2 or 3 weeks later, I watched another one, and I was like, okay, I'll give it another shot. I'm glad I came back. This game has been absolutely a blast. And I'm glad to represent a portion of the population that exists in Legend League, but only sparsely. Alright. Now, since all you guys are here, If any of you have seen any previous videos, feel free to ask questions. I'll probably be grinding for another 10 minutes or so, and then I have got to shut down because I got to get up in like 6 hours to go to work. Today, I spent 4.5 hours at work, and then I came home, dismantled my kids' bunk bed, assembled the new bunk bed, and it took me like 4.5 hours. It would have been a lot quicker, but I got a lot of toddlers in this house. So I am actually beat. If it wasn't for these portal stones running out, I wouldn't be using them now. I got that. Let's see, I'm holding at 18. Knight Rider, you gotta get to level 19. 19 will save you some headache in Legend League. And it's just because the way your garrison looks is completely different than the lower level, or than the higher garrisons. And so you make yourself an easy target. Let's see. Alright, Bo, since you have good Titans, but you're going all in on Lightning, what is your thought process on why you think Lightning or the Lightning Titans are going to be the new meta? Why is it that you believe that? And I'm not saying I disagree. I'm going all in on the Titan or the Lightning Titans as well. And the Lightning Relics, with the exception of this Shield Relic. I just can't bring myself to, or not that, I mean, I just hope that the meta changes. Panthers meta was fun when it started because Panthers was the most useless troops. I'm ready for something different though. They could keep Panthers powerful. I have no problems with that. Just give something that competes with them. Okay. And, you know, Bo, I did get a Ladega, but my Ladega skills are awful. So the Panther meta passed me by as well. I've got a Kamathi with okay skills, but I'm not really a Berserker type person to do attacks with. It's like I'm not a Guardian person to do attacks with. They sort of fall in the same category with me. Alright. Here we go. Now, I will say that I've been looking at some music that I could be having on my stream that I'm not going to have to pay royalties to. And I found a place called Audio Jungle. Have any of you guys used Audio Jungle before? If so, let me know what your experience is. If Odin buffed Militia, I would still pick him up and level him up. Alright, so do you use Audio Jungle, Bo? And has it been a good experience for you? Technoax, check them out. Okay. I can't tell, I mean, right now I am listening to some Trans-Siberian Orchestra, for those who know who they are, but I'm pretty certain any music like that, if I ever got a good following on YouTube, would get me in trouble. As of right now, no one knows who I am, so I'm pretty certain I can do anything I want outside of break YouTube's policies. And I'm pretty certain that my bosses would not be happy if they found out I broke YouTube's policies. as I work for Google, that would be kind of embarrassing for them. And they've had enough embarrassment as of late. Alright guys, I have hit the low of the low. I am raiding a level 2 land. Just because I gotta burn through these portal stones. Come on, give me some relic drops. All right. Now, I want your guys' thoughts on what type of spells that you guys store heavily, and what you use on defense as well as offense. I'll start. For defense, I normally run 3 Fear and 3 Meteor Storm. I don't even know why I run the Meteor Storm. It's just really expensive to upgrade, so I'm hoping that it does something good. But I know Fear is the most OP spell that's there right now. When they nerfed the freezing spell, Fear became just ridiculously powerful. Even if I wasn't running a ranger, Fear is stupid. So good. At level 16, what spells can you make, Bo? I'm actually curious on that. The further you get away from level 16, the more headaches that you have with time it takes to upgrade everything. Like, for example, I have, 18, 21, 22, 23 more buildings to upgrade before I max out everything, before I go to level 22. And max out every building, not necessarily troop upgrades. And that legitimately is going to take me a month and a half to do. Because all of my upgrades are 2 weeks now for the big buildings, a week for the medium buildings, and for my farm, 6 days. Like, Rage, I use Rage occasionally, but I don't really have the greatest of Panther relics. Like, I don't have a 4-star Bitter Dirt. I don't have a really good 4-star Poison Titan that buffs Panthers. So, Rage just doesn't seem as effective. At least for me. For example, if I'm going up against a Paladin with my Pikeman, I'll take 2 Frosts and a Rage spell. And that Rage spell I will use as all of my Pikemen are charging together. And before the Paladin swings, I will Freezer, so I get the full charge effect. But beyond that, I don't really use Rage that much. And that's probably why there are certain garrisons that I avoid still. I still go in and I'll attack my meshes and things like that, but they're actually pretty dang tough to take out at the higher levels. When you got a Mamesh that buffs armor and health, you can't take them out with Rangers, I'll tell you that. Because if it takes more than 3 or 2 shots to take out the Panthers, you're not going to survive long enough to kill all of them. And I'm not one that likes to have the 4-minute battles for any reason whatsoever. It seems like I'm wasting so much time hitting somebody, and it's taken 5 minutes. Okay, fear and freeze. Yeah, I normally run on my Rangers 5 fear in a freeze. 1 freeze to freeze the other Ranger, and then fears to fear all of the Panthers charging me, or pikemen charging me. Alright. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. I am close. Actually, no, I'm at 46 portal stones. I got a while to go. Halfway there. I think it's time for some Bon Jovi. Halfway there. Besides Bo, is there anyone else that's going to complete this? I know Josh isn't going to, and you're not going to. Knight Rider, are you going to complete this event? Here we go, here we go. Alright. To play to 14k, alright. Getting yourself Loki and some relics that matter. That is great. I actually like the pull that I got for Loki, but I'm not the biggest fan of infiltrators. The only infiltrator I ever leveled up was my Cormac back when I first started playing. And then he started getting roasted by defenses that I would attack, and I'm like, why is he so crappy? And then I found my Drakor. I got my first 4-star Titan outside of events. Or so basically from season rewards, from the old legend hopping technique. Legend league hopping technique. I'd find a dead alliance or dead league and go there, get first place. Those were the days. I was pretty surprised when I'm pretty certain we are on the 3rd Legend server, and that one, 3rd Legend server hasn't existed in like 6 to 9 months. Overall, can you guys confirm? Oh, you got a Vol stand? I got a Vol stand too, Bo. And my Vol stand has terrible skills, but I got him to level 20. On the sole hope that Vol stand would then become a bonus Titan at some point, and I would have a way to grind for those extra souls. There's only 2 Legend servers right now? How in the world did we get the one that we're on? And man, it's like a death fight for 6th place on the other one then. League of Gods must be loving that though. Those guys are a different breed. So, who was your guys' main? Well, everyone's afraid of Legend League because your first season there, even if you're not competitive in the top 3, is so unlike all the other servers. I still remember the stream where you guys had the League of Gods hierarchy in it, and I asked them if they had any free-to-play players, and they're like, what's free-to-play? That's all I needed to hear. Now, I will be excited to finish my series that I'm running on YouTube now. Top 10 free-to-play strategies for Legend League. But I have some ideas for some upcoming series that I want to do as well. And that's the great thing about this game. There's enough depth to where you can have multiple YouTubers and multiple different aspects to it. What? He started in Legend League with Kobar? That must have been brutal. I mean, he has like 2 people to attack. I actually wish I would have saved my original Kobar. Leveling up to level 20 and putting him on my base was such a exhilarating feeling back then. I actually wish we had now that non-toxic is growing bigger and I'm in an alliance now where my level is, I'd probably say, in the medium high range at level 21. But I used to be top of the league, like top 5 in the alliance for levels. But with all these new people coming in, it's kind of good to sink back in the shadows. Alright. So, Bo, what's the soul count? I need to check my soul count. Go, Siggy. You are almost done burning through these 100 portal stones. You got this, man. You got this. Alright. Here we go. See, this is the perfect land to raid. Something that your troops can one-shot, and you get a lot of chances for drops. That being said, spearmen are so irritating, unless I have them. Because you can have a whole slew of panthers run into them, and it'd take 5 seconds to kill them because they're spread out so much. Look at that. 2 relics off of a level 9 base. Now, normally when I do an event, free to play, I'll get at least 1 4-star relic in drops. As soon as these portal stones are burned, guys, I am going to be closing up shop. I have a job to go to in the morning. So, I mean, one of the best feelings in this game is having your champion run up and one-shot an enemy troop or multiple troops. Back when Rangers could one-shot anything that was stacked together, you can kill a whole army in one shot. Those were. I remember using Rangers back then and thinking, man, this is awesome. But that needed to be nerfed badly. So it was a good thing. 4-star Dragon Helm today? Congrats, Josh. I have gotten 1 4-star Dragon Helm drop since I started playing this game. But I've gotten like 5 mounted armor drops. 4-star. I wish I had some more Dragon Helms, though, because the one that I have is Earth Resist, and it is sitting on my Venom Tusk. Strange enough, my Venom Tusk has better resistances than my Freya. 4-star Giant Axe. Congratulations. Giant axe is a good weapon. I don't really use it much because I don't really use a lot of physical champions. But I have them in there in case I come across one. 11 mounts. Good gravy, Josh. That's a ridiculous amount. Come on, Siggy, take these guys out. This is your chance. My most recent 4-star relic I've upgraded that I'm actually kind of regretting is the Mace of Kings. It looked good initially, but I've gone a different direction since then. So this is actually the first use I've gotten out of it on Siggy. I only opened one till they fixed the relics. Now I will tell you guys a good experience I had recently. Anytime they have those relic events, I am actually pretty happy about them because I store up my relic tokens in the temple. And right now I'm sitting at like 11 or 12. But I used 5 of them the other day during that recent relic event because I'm convinced that better drops happen during those events, even for the regular one. And I got a 4-star flame volley. That's great because I was actually in need of another one. Because my Soulzar is using one, and then I want to make sure that Mamesh has one in case I need it. Here we go. 4 attacks left, guys. You're using your giant axe on Korthan? Oh, man. Bo, you got more endurance than I do, more patience than I do. I mean, I thought leveling paladins was boring back when they were OP. Even though they've switched him around a bit, I mean, I don't know if I could do that, man. Oh, the King's Bow. Okay. Alright. At least you got some archers to back him up then. That King's Bow is flipping amazing. It makes me wonder if there's a Titan out there that can really abuse all 3 abilities. Like Toland. The perfect roll Toland, I could see working great with that. Because he's buffing damage to everything, he's getting critical, and his archer is getting damage. Two attacks. This whole place is out. Alright. Close enough. 174,000. Hey, that is a nice roll, to be honest with you. That combined with his first ability and a relic, I could see that being good. My one got like double poison resist armor and like physical resist, and I was like, okay, you are gonna stay with me just because if I ever need a buff for an event or the whole Titan arena. Alright, here we go. It is time. We've got one more battle ahead of us. And then our time together will come to a close. Thank you guys for celebrating with me for my 5-star maxing out. Know that I only use 3 million food to do that. That's a ridiculous amount. Ridiculous. All right. Here we go. I'll check my souls at the end of this, just to see where I'm at, as well as my relics. Tomorrow, I probably won't be streaming, but on Saturday evening, I will definitely be streaming whenever no one else is, as I am looking at leveling up all of those buildings that are coming off. I think Saturday's got like 4 or 5 builders coming off building, which means I'm going to need something like a few 25 million gold to upgrade everything. Alright, 4 minutes, that's too long. Alright, so here we go. Let's collect my VP. Collect my stuff. Let's check the, not Titans. Let me go to relics. There's my 10-star Dragon Slayer, but I am 346 relics. I got 150 to go, 200 to go before I can start forging again. And I am at, wow, 1,430. The grind has been real. Wow. That is crazy, though. But that aside, thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I hope all of your wildest dreams come true on Dawn of Titans. But until next time, good night.